to Falcor Bay. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a...
It's the incomparable Caleb Sweet Hands Plant. This former super middleweight champion of the world is looking to get back on track tonight.
It'll be ding-ding from first start. They're off.
And now it's time for the official introductions. And for that, we go to the Hall of Famer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Pensacola, Florida, here is a middleweight, a super...
A lot of pre-match drama, and they will settle their score under the sun here in this outdoor venue.
The wait is over. The speaking stop. The fight begins. Now, let's get the answers.
Under the bright lights here for this one, really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. And there's the bell for round one. Do you believe this? Wanted to land the left hook, but was not successful. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You brought your sunglasses because we're fighting outside, and what a main event this should be.
So Todd, let me explain to you. We're outside. Nobody can turn the temperature down. Nobody can turn the sun down. When that sun's beating on you, when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you're getting hit, when you're getting hurt, there's no cool fight that's dropping in there. This is where it's real fighting. Fight on fight.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Oh, and there he caught him with a stiff jab. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. An uppercut, a big uppercut, and his knees buckled that time. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. He is down big time on the score.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Love that, how you love that jab slip.
Go out there, let's reset. Forget about that round.
Do all shots. Good work. Don't forget the jab and don't get carried away.
I need you to go back out there. I need you to win this round. Get your mind back, get your focus back.
And there's the bell to start round two. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter-punches are the best.
With counter-punching. Do you believe what we are seeing? That's another scoring shot. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Look at the hand speed and footwork between these two elite level middleweights. fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be honest. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Be confident. You've got to take that confidence.
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until the senses have come back.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Tried to score with a jab. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Both men step back for just a moment. Point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice job slipping that left uppercut. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Find your jab basics, get your rhythm back.
Here's the bell for round 4. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweights are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter shot. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Looks like he's going to move around the ring a little bit more. Try some stick and move. He threw a punch and just got countered. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round.
Terrible round, that is.
And there's the bell for round 5. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Jab does not score. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Apparently hitting his opponent in the face isn't enough. He wants to rub it in. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match... There's the bell for round 6. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Throws the jab, but does not score. Perfect counter shot. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
You'd like to see more jabs. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Can't find a home with that jab. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
There's the bell to start round 7. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well, Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Well done with that counter shot. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Nice counter. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Good defense on the right uppercut. The perfect counter lands. That counter shot lands. Catch and shoot. You'd like to see more jabs. Do not throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up.
And there's the bell for round 8. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. There's a counter shot. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Throws the jab, it doesn't score. How about that time counter shot? They won't give us a second to catch our breath. They better start respecting each other's punching power. So much firepower here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan. But what a result.